Hey, hello, how are you? Happy New Year! And we're starting the year by learning Spanish. Yay! Round of applause. So I'm going to explain, I think it's the most basic thing in Spanish and every language, which is the verb to be. I think that's like the very first thing that I learned in English, in school, in elementary school, I want to say. So I'm going to explain it because obviously if you come from English, I think it's harder. I don't know about other languages because I do not remember French and I don't know any more languages, but if you come from English, it's like you have one verb, which is to be, and we have two, which are ser and estar. So it's kind of hard, I guess, for those who just have one, and it's like, okay, when do I use ser and when do I use estar? The first thing that I want to say is that as you know, I'm from Spain, so this is Spanish from Spain, this is Spain Spanish, and the reason why I'm saying this is because we don't use the same thing all the time. For instance, you guys love the SNL video where I reacted to the Spanish class. By the way, I loved it too, so if you have any recommendations that you want me to react to, be sure to let them in the comments so I can react to those as well. And in that video, something that they were talking about, they were Cubans. I'm going to guess the actors and the comedians were Cuban as well, but they were Latinos anyway. So they were talking about food and they were saying they're so yummy, like they were talking about a certain type of food, I don't remember what. As a plural thing, they were saying they're so yummy. This is what we're talking about, they're so yummy. And they were saying son tan ricos, and we will say están tan ricos.
Son tan ricos, ¿verdad?
Tan ricos.
And they say son tan ricos, like they're so yummy. We wouldn't say son, we would say están tan ricos. The verb to be is ser and estar, and they say ser and we say estar. They say son tan ricos, we say están tan ricos. Does that make sense to you? And it's the same thing. So obviously if you learn the Mexican Spanish, for instance, maybe they say son, I'm not sure. I'm going to guess most Latino countries say son, but I'm really not sure. I'm just talking about the Spanish from Spain, just so you're aware of that, because in that video, in that SNL video, we were talking about how important it is to know which country are you learning from, particularly if it's Spain, because I think it's the most different. However, I will say if you say son tan ricos, I know you're saying they're so yummy, even though I wouldn't say that, because I do understand Latinos for the most part. Like there are some words that I don't really understand, just like if you're from the US and there's some words in British English that you don't get, but for the most part you understand everything. So that's kind of how it is. So just so you're aware of this, I'm going to explain it from Spain Spanish. Now, the concept of the verb to be is really easy. The difference between ser and estar is very basic, because ser is like I am as a person. Like if I say I'm a girl, I will say soy una chica. It's like I am something as a person. And estar is something more like how I'm feeling right now. Is more in the moment. Like ser is more like in my life, I'm this, something long term in a way. And then estar is more like in the moment. Like if I say I'm talking right now, estoy hablando ahora mismo, it's like right now this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm feeling. If I say I'm sad, like estoy triste right now. So that's an important point, because I said I'm sad, but if I say I'm happy, I could say it both ways, but it means something different. Which I was thinking, I don't know how you say in English to make it different, because if I say I'm happy, do I mean that I'm a happy person in general, or do I mean that I'm happy right now? You know what I mean? Because if I say soy feliz, it means again long term, I'm a happy person, I'm happy with my life. It doesn't have to mean forever, but like as a general thing, I'm a happy person, I'm content with my life. But if I say estoy feliz, it this right now. Like this happened, so I'm happy because of it. Like I got a job offer, so estoy feliz. I'm happy about that specifically. So you have to be careful with this. This is the only example that I could think of, so I don't think there are many things like this, but just so you know that sometimes with a word you can use both things and it means different things. Overall, it just means happiness itself. So I think sometimes you say I'm content with something and that's more like estoy feliz, but like I don't know. I think the difference is super easy. Just like I'm a person, soy una persona, or I'm arriving somewhere, I'm coming, estoy llegando. So I think that's really easy. I said before by accident, I cut it from the video, by accident I said I'm 24 years old, and then I thought we don't say soy o estar, we say I have 24 years old, which is so weird to say it, but you probably know this if you know a little bit Spanish, because like introducing yourself is like the most basic thing. But in case you don't, or in case you are wondering, like you will say I'm 24 years old, you have to say tengo 24 años, like I have 24 years old, which sounds really strange, but just like an easy sentence to sum everything up. If I'm introducing myself and I say, hi, I'm Marta, I'm 24 years old and I'm studying a master's degree, I could introduce myself. I will be using 3 verbs to be in that sentence. However, in Spanish, I will say, soy Marta, tengo 24 años y estoy estudiando un máster. With that, I think this is like a brief thing, a brief paragraph to sum everything up. I hope you understood everything. If you didn't, please comment down below things you didn't really get and I can respond to you in the comments or make another video about this. And also please do comment things you want me to talk about, like questions you have about Spain, about Spanish, again things you want me to react to like the SNL video. And please do subscribe because it's free and you can change your mind anytime. Have a nice week.